I'll hide you.
She don't like.
Viking kids don't like to be on camera. Okay, let me know if they can hear you because I forgot my gimbal and microphones. So say something and I'll see if they can hear you. Who are you? You.
You or me? Tomek Julia.
Okay.
We're from Poland.
If you can't hear them, let them know and I'll turn around the microphone. But
Okay.
but anyway, keep talking and we'll see.
Yes, okay. So we are crafters, so we are herbalists. We try to make some nice stuff from the Viking time and even older things.
I hear you,
So we are like nomads and we travel around in Norway for the next 3 months. And now we are staying in Gudvangen, Viking village of the gods.
Yeah.
And next 2 weeks.
Crappy
we stay-
weather today. Look at how gorgeous.
We stay for 2 weeks and then we are going to small border.
Yeah, the mini Midgard Historisk Center, whatever their market, which is every other year from Borda.
Yeah, okay.
Same location though.
Yes, sir.
Kinda.
So yeah, and
Yeah.
also we travel around the Norway, so with our tent, and so which we we sleep here, we eat here.
Smaller room tour, please.
Yep.
Yeah, we have bed.
All right. Let's give a tour of your crib. Show us your crib.
And I have to show you my bed because
Oh, the bed is cool. I have to show that off.
I built the bed for my daughter with the
Yeah.
dragons.
But it's a flat pack. I like that. I don't know
Yeah.
if you can see the system there.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, there's rods going straight under like a cut. That's smart. I haven't seen that one. Did you come up with that on your own design or is that like a find?
I found from our friends from Slovenia.
Yeah.
But design of the here the dragons are my own.
Yeah.
Wanna try?
Oh, you don't want me to put my weight in there. I've got home office weight on me.
So
That's worse than COVID. Okay, you can show me.
How to sleep.
Yeah.
And sleep.
That's how you sleep with the dead. Where's the flowers? Get her some flowers when she's.
Over her with her.
Yeah, it's okay. We're after hours, so we know there's going to be a little. There you go. Rest in Viking. The bush. No, rest in Viking. I kind of like that. And then you got the bigger bed too. This one we've seen before. This is like a Gokstad bed, isn't
Yeah,
it?
we have to for our
Yeah.
to our couple our
Yeah,
bed.
Joe can show from here too. There
Yeah, so
might be a little shaky. I forgot my gimbal today.
we have mattress. Yeah, we have mattress.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, a Viking needs a little comfort.
But the first game changer. It's like so hot.
Yeah.
So even we have like 5 degrees in the morning.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. So it's like
Oh, that's nice.
we are very happy of this improvement. Yeah.
And this is what the Oseberg tent looks like when it's one way of opening it. You can see there's a regular A-frame and then you can prop it open. I was showing that last week too. Yeah.
There will be big wind and cold. We take the roof
Yeah.
and take May A.
Yeah.
It will be much easier. Will be blowing as hell
Yes.
sometimes. But also we have
Yes.
to, if we want to like more heat, we have stone technology.
That's really smart. I never thought of that, but that's actually quite brilliant because it gets windy.
Yeah, it's windy. Maybe the stones are. Oh, cold.
Oh, they're not that hot today. Oh, there's a little heat in there. Thank you for letting me feel your stones. Not for kids.
Yeah, no, for kids.
I don't know if they're laughing at the same thing. The timing was good.
Timing was good, yeah.
You have witchcraft. You have to show me your witchcraft.
Yeah, witchcraft, yeah. We have some.
Black salt with flowers. With
Not for kids, yes, says Raymond. No, we're pretty known for this. There's a reason we film after hours.
Yeah, actually, yeah, and we have
What did you say this was? Black powder?
ash is salt with the ash from Tensi and Artemisia vulgaris.
Ah, okay.
And
It's
this
a for
is Artemisia.
By the way, you have a card. I was going to ask you to show me the card.
Yeah, we have car. We have also.
Oh, we haven't gotten into the Nalbinding yet, Max, so you're a good
it's very
timing.
hard to be a Viking, so please
Yes.
follow us.
Yep, so this one comes out. And
HerbsHydro.
then you have there too, so for those who are not techie savvy. There you can find them. So if you like their stuff, you have to talk to them.
Yeah.
I'm just the person that hoard them
We
from my
have the
YouTube.
YouTube as well. We have YouTube as well.
You have YouTube as well, yeah. There you go. Maybe if I hold it like that. But they'll find you, so. Ta-da!
Yes.
Okay.
So we have like this Angelica roots.
Yeah.
It was a route for travelers, and actually I found the information about the Slavs and the Norwegians that they use as during the travel. They wear it to the neck to protection against bad spirits. They smell it to protect lungs or bad spirits. We call these viruses.
We just smell better though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
And they mix with the boiling soup to improve stomach work.
Yeah.
They mix with the fat to make like simple ointment to for the hands damaged by rolling. You could mix with the beer and mead because it works a little anti-stress.
Yeah.
So with the travel, it's a good idea. And also for the women, it's a relax this part of the muscles.
Oh, yep.
during the period.
Sorry, which
This
muscle?
part. This part.
Yeah.
This part.
How are your period pains these days? Is it working?
Good.
Can't help myself. Look at her over there laughing too.
Yeah, and you could smoosh other incense
blow your
around
thing
the
away.
place or the people. And
Yeah.
what I find it's a great thing because with this route we take from Poland.
Yeah.
And last year we
Yeah.
went to Verdes Ende. And we
The end of the world, yeah.
And we found this plant. We found this plant. It was this connection. This herb connection between Poland
Yeah.
and Norway I was so happy there this moment. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say if you
amazing.
haven't been there, you should. It's Verdens Ende. Verdens Ende means the end of the world in Norway.
Yeah,
It's
Verdens Ende.
it's outside of Sherman. We used to have a cabin about 30 minutes from there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then I got divorced. So now I don't. Now I have the Viking village.
So we have like beeswax candles.
Yeah.
We have like candle holders small, and also it could be
that was
for,
a clever use of those.
For needles.
Yeah, the
needles.
little needle. I was gonna say if you don't have
Yeah.
those, you should.
Yeah. So something like this, and also it's a smelly. It's like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Burn village 7th
That smells
century.
like that definitely smells like
Like
a.
adventure with the Viking on his boat.
Oh, I was just reading something there. It was okay. Somebody's having a stormy weather. Not us.
No, that's.
No, I don't know if you see the blue sky up there. Yeah, there you go. We're having a beautiful. It's too hot today.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, now show me some more. Then this one. Are these your own motives, or did you take them from somewhere?
Yeah, I took from the books about the
Yeah.
Viking books and the
Yeah.
Viking design. So it's like quite. Do you want to show me this book from?
Yeah,
the
you can
six?
show it. It's on.
Okay,
We're on
because
YouTube now. We're closed.
One of my amulets, it's like deer antlers.
People are always looking for book selection too. Okay, so this one, yes, enjoy the English. Audra might be able to read
Yeah,
it
because
though.
I found this in
She's
the
in
Russia
Lithuania.
Library.
Yeah.
So
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yes, my sources.
Work it. Side.
my sources.
I'm sitting here behind camera doing it too.
Yeah, so my like my ideas for my amulets.
Yeah.
I make carving like this, and here's an antler. But also I put a wood star on this and I polish it, so it's like shiny.
Also secret weapon.
Oh, I like that. No, demonstrate that one more time. I didn't get it. No, just kill him again, please. There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
I
so-
need now one.
So we have this kind of books. We have also the
Yeah, I will, Fruit. I'll
kind of
ask.
books like this.
Yeah, this
Taschen.
one is you. Who wrote this one though? Because there are always people asking about books.
Taschen, but
And this is English.
it's English. It's English, yeah.
Books of symbols, reflections. Did you just rip the book from
Yeah, a
me?
little bit.
You suck.
you.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go. For the ones that were asking anyway. That's they always ask where books.
Yeah, and the thing is about my some of my symbols like this spirals.
Yeah, we have to look over here too.
Uh,
I love spirals.
the spirals here and also it's here.
Yeah.
So also antler, but I polish it so it's like shiny.
Yeah.
And this actually spirals are
Of the galaxy.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
because most people think that it's like round, like a planet Earth, Mars, Jupiter, etc.
I always thought of it as
But we are
eternity.
going to
Yeah.
the space, so it's a spirals.
Yeah.
So, but the question is because this spiral is sort of around the world. You could find it. It's like in different culture, different places.
Yeah.
Did they know something more?
I always thought it was a
Maybe-
symbol of eternity, but there's so many concepts and theories. So I always thought it was like a symbol
Yes.
of.
Eternity.
Yeah.
So the thing is like
Oh,
you
cool
can
cup
enter
too.
twice the same water. You can't. What you can't. The beginning, the end.
Yeah.
I think it's about our time because time is not linear. But
Yeah.
spiral.
Audra asks how long. Okay, so you guys are going to the Midgard market that's like mini
course.
border, we call it.
Yeah,
But you're coming, how long are you staying here though? You're in August, yeah?
Till we are going to stay here till Midgardblot, and after Midgardblot,
That's at the beginning of August, middle of
middle
August, yeah.
August, middle
Yeah,
August.
so they should be here when you're here, Audra. She's coming in July.
It will be like after the border.
Yeah.
8th of July. July will be here. Till
Yeah, I was going to say, I
August.
think July's 1 through, or I think Audra's here the 1st through the 7th, so you should have
we also,
some overlap.
candle holders.
Yeah, these are cool. This is one of my favorite. But, oops, don't let me break it. You underestimate my I have weak wrists. No, there you go. And the sun
thing
symbol.
is that I carve it and I
Yeah.
fill it with the beeswax, which I mixed with the tansy
Tar.
ashes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So the same thing like here. I mix with the tansy ashes.
Yeah. And so you get, okay, so this is bone and this is antler for those who don't know.
This is from this.
Yeah.
This part. This
Yeah,
rose.
the rosette, I think they called it, yeah.
Rosette, yes.
Yeah.
This part is thing, and we have from rosette we have this.
Yeah,
kind
you
of-
have the sun. That one you said something about the center. Tell me about that. And the Gudvangen story you had.
The center is a place where you should be your soul.
Yeah. So you polished your soul for us. Yeah.
Yeah, polish your soul. My Polish soul.
Polished your Polish soul. Say that. I have to show all your things here. They're kind of.
Yeah. We have some
Question from Peru to Karin. Yeah, I saw that one. There's a question that Peru was asking about children's teeth. Do you know anything about that now, or where it would be cited as an actual fact? But that maybe they kept the milk teeth, the baby teeth of the children as I forgot what you called that. Like good luck charm, I think it was. I have to see if I can find her comment. Maybe she wrote it in here.
Okay.
Ask them about using kids' teeth for good luck amulets. Did you ever hear about that? I know I saved my kids' teeth and I need to do something with it.
No, but maybe we did it. We did it myself.
Are you looking to sell teeth, Peruta?
I don't know about this, but we keep it. I don't know why actually.
No, the tooth fairy takes them, but then we have them.
Yeah,
course.
Yeah, except for the one that my kid
Money.
lost on a trampoline, and then I had to send a doctor's notice to the tooth fairy that the tooth did actually fall out of her mouth. It just wasn't.
So maybe
But just so you know, the tooth fairy does approve notes from the parents. But otherwise, no, I kept them all. I was thinking of doing something cryptic or with it.
Mila, masz tego misia? Misia. Misia z tym.
Do that again.
She's a teddy bear with the teeth saying like
Yeah.
this.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah, she bought it here.
We're not allowed to look at her. Yeah.
We bought it in Norway.
Oh, you do have them here though. Yeah. Well, that'll be cool to see. No, I kept mine. There's a lady named Ingrid Smith. She's an expatriate like me. She's originally from England, been living in Norway for quite a time, and she actually used some of her baby's teeth on this felted wool hat that looks very troll-like, but it's like a triangular cone hat. And she's got there are pieces of her her grandchildren. She's got little pieces of her grandchildren's teeth in the hat and little pieces of their hair. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, no, it's properly witchy. There might be some pictures of that. Espen Winter, Winpix Winter took a really nice picture of it. And I'll show you the hat though. But there's teeth in there. You wouldn't know if you're like, oh, wait a minute. It's kind of gross, but I like it. Oh, here, speaking of teeth.
It's actually the
Are these yours?
no, it's not
No.
teeth. It's like a bone from dough.
Ah,
You know Bambi.
Yeah.
Bambi.
You killed Bambi for. Did you eat Bambi at least? Okay.
Mother Bambi.
Part
Ba-
of
Bambi's
finger.
mother.
No, it's like part of this. How do you call this? You will know the name. This part.
Oh, that's a shark's tooth.
Yeah. No, it's not tooth. It's like this.
Flint? No.
I have this my magic stone. Here.
Mila, show your.
Flint or no? Oh, oh my God, these are awesome. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I have to do this with my kids' teeth, except some of them broke. But
Hoof. It's a hoof.
now we have to get Karl. When I'll tell you, Karl, come and see these things. They're so properly cool. If you know about the ugly dolls, these are like, oh, I love them.
Yeah, she loves
These are even uglier. But Karl, you're gonna have to tell the story about the person who could kill somebody after he died with his teeth. But you'll have to tell that later.
I can do that, but that would probably look something like that.
Yeah, so remember this image when Karl tells you that story later. He has told the story before. I like that there's a nice gap in the other one's tooth there. You can clearly look. I need to do that. Should we do? How many teeth do you have left?
Most of them.
Okay, most of them. Okay, show me some more things. Oh, it's a hoof.
It's a hoof. So this is from the hoof.
Yeah, I
here.
can see if we hold it real still there for a second, it'll focus. There you go. I thought that was, it looks like a shark's tooth, but now when I
No,
see it on this
it's a
side, it clearly isn't.
Bambi. Still Bambi.
Ah!
A Bambi hoof.
And then this is the inside of the antler.
Yes, this part.
You can see it's kind of a
It's
porous.
a deer. It's a deer, so you could see the sponge
Yeah.
structure. Yeah, so it's it's a deer, but if it will be like a moose, it will be full.
So no part of Bambi went wasted. Here and here
No,
you got
no, no,
earrings
no.
too.
Yes, I made myself this Bambi.
And these are boar teeth.
Oh, boar teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh my God, that's fun.
we found that Freya wrote on the boar.
Let's
Yeah.
see if I hold it like that. Yeah, it kind of focuses on my finger if I'm not careful. Oh, that's kind of cool.
And it's that's Bambi.
This was
Is that
Bambi. Yep, nothing, no part of Bambi. You did eat the meat, right? Or was she like a?
My dogs love me.
Oh, your dog. I was gonna say, or was it roadkill kind of thing too? For the witchy.
Yeah, and you could put also the tea lighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, here.
Karl, I have a beer for you. Do you want it now, or do you want to wait until we go sit down?
I'm going to sit down.
Okay, we're gonna go sit down in a minute anyway.
French ladies were a little bit disappointed that I was still sober.
The French ladies were disappointed that you were still sober. Are you talking about the web designer, the guide, or the former employee that's disgruntled? No. Which French lady are you
They're
talking
both
about?
disgruntled, but I'm French, so they're always disgruntled.
This is true.
Mariana.
Ah, okay. Now then we have to see. Okay, I like that you have all the spirals on these things too. So now you have to show the contraband, the not so Viking accurate octopus thingies, because I had to buy one for my kids. I don't know. I didn't put it in my bag. I should have. But these were cool. So not very Viking, but you know, if you look under his coat, maybe he's got a special deal just for you. These things were so cool. Look at this. It's like antler Cthulhu over here. And
This is like actually like the hairpin.
they're hairpins, yeah.
Hairpins,
hair sticks, and these are beads, like pendants. And you can this one hangs this way. These were so cool. So I had to get one for my kid. So not very Viking accurate, but so that's why they're hiding. But my kid loves octopi. So I called her up with all her friends present and said, "Alex, I want you to look at my tentacles." And then her friends just lost it. These are cool. I didn't see
Which
those
is
ones.
very
Really.
Viking. I will show you something.
Yeah.
1000% Viking.
Yeah, 1000% Viking. Okay.
Odin.
Oh, it's at the bottom. We had to hold still there so it focuses. There we are. My dirty fingernails, that help. That is cool. And that's the one from I've seen that one in the museum. That face, the exact. And it's
It's from the Oseberg.
Oseberg cart, isn't it? Yeah. There's like 4 heads on there, and that looks like one of them.
A chance.
Yeah.
So it's Odin. I have only one.
You only one?
Only one.
Okay, yeah. So so if you really suck up to him, maybe. They like that. Raymond likes that one all the way in Australia. But do you use any bunny bones? The correct answer here would be no. Okay, no, it's okay, Raymond. They did not kill any bunnies anywhere. That not even the jackalopes with the antlers.
No.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go and run and feed Karl. Oh, I like your wind chime too. But we had to show your stuff. You've been here for a couple of weeks and I haven't showed off things yet.
Home decor.
We try
Yeah.
to make decoration all the time. Even you see, I improve our tent with the tarp.
Yeah.
And check this. I make dragons here.
Oh yeah. I might have to turn the camera for that one here. It'll be mirrored, but it'll do. I think they can see it. Yeah.
So for the tarp to not be connected with the tent.
That was smart.
So I make the dragon black this year also.
Yeah. I don't know if I can show it really well, but it kind of
And the
does.
cow for protection.
Cow for protection.
Yeah, we have
Do you have Karl protection?
cow protection.
No, not call Karl. Whoops, I'm gonna trip. And then you've got the garden over here,
Yeah, we have.
the graveyard.
Yeah. People
How
love
do you treat the wood by the bone? Because I know we can just go in the forest and find bone.
Yeah, we found it, but also I have hunters. My friends are hunters.
Yeah.
Because and they send me like whole Bambi head,
Yeah.
and I have to take out the meat and the eyes and all the stuff, and it will boil, and then I put on the sun to make it white.
Sun bleached. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that's why I'm lying this like this. You can't boil it too long. Because
Well, there you got teeth.
Yeah.
There's some more teeth for
It's a
Peruta.
Bambi. Bambi teeth.
You got a lot of Bambi. A lot
Yeah.
out of Bambi.
Yeah, we have some Bambis because it was like time of the year
Yeah.
when you could shoot Bambis.
Yeah. No, but you can find these in the woods here anywhere,
Yeah.
just because of they die of natural causes too. Oh, that'll be fun. All right, I'm gonna go and give Karl a beer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we didn't show you, but you were there for a half a second. But oh my God, I think the bears were my favorite. You need to make a Viking version of that.
Very cool.
Viking version. Okay, we will see you. Okay, hang on. I forgot the gimbal and the microphones today. Here, Karl, you can hold this so I'm a little bit more even. It's got your beer in it. Oh, I do have the antler in there. I got to show that later. Are the two customers the late arrivals out of the village?
Yeah.
Okay, then we can go sit down. So yeah, sorry it's really wavy today. Hope you took your seasick pills. Waterfalls are looking good. And now you can see how much the gimbal helps. Because the reason we're not usually this shaky is because we're using a gimbal. So for those that didn't know what a gimbal was, it holds your phone and it keeps things a bit more balanced. Where do you want to sit? Down by the... Oh, we can sit by the fighters down there.
If you want Raymond upset, you can show him the archery target.
Okay, Raymond was very happy that no bunnies died. Oh, look at the waterfall up there. I could just throw it there. It's spraying upwards. So the oyster catchers that were on the roof, the babies have been hatched and running around and of course jumped down, and now they're off on their own and we'll see them again next year. Seagulls, on the other hand, are still swarming because their babies have hatched, but they haven't taken off yet. We almost stepped on. Actually, I had a needle binding group going through, and I was about to take them out that door on the opposite end, and the seagull started going nuts. So I'm like, okay, where's the babies? Where are the babies? And they were right inside that little doorway down there, so I had to like guide the whole group around them. They were quite cute. You want to sit here?
No, I just want to show Raymond the archery target.
You want to show Raymond the archery target? You're a bad person, Karl. He's so proud of himself. Raymond, don't look. This part is okay for kids, but not for Raymond. I'm so sorry. No, he said. I'm sorry, Raymond.
On the positive side, almost no tourists managed to hit it.
Oh, okay. Almost no tourists managed to hit it, yeah? There were some questions in here I'm sure I probably should have asked, but they love the Odin, yeah. Now, so you got their information further above if you want to see it. Does the Russian book have the Chelmulzi sock in it? That I don't know. Remind me and I will ask him after when we're up there again and he can see, so he might have to look it up. Brood is collecting her niece's teeth. Yeah, the teeth question that we were asking. Do you know, because they didn't know, I was wondering if maybe it was in the book, but do you know, Karl, if there's any find or anything to the fact that some would collect children's teeth, milk teeth or whatever, their baby teeth to use as good luck charms?
The only thing I could
Viking
find,
or anything for that matter.
The only thing I could find that had a vague reference to Vikings is that in Central America they make amulets out of baby teeth,
Yeah.
and I claim it is a Viking tradition.
Uh-huh.
So if you find the right Chilean or whatever, nah, Chile isn't in Central America, it would have to be
Chile's in South America.
Panamanian or something.
Yeah.
So you can explain which Viking told him about it. Then that might be a step in the right direction, but I believe this is a big fat nothing. Because if it is in written sources, it would be in either one of the outside sources, Ibn Fadlan or Adam of Bremen, or it would be in the sagas. And if it was, I would have found it. So I believe this is nothing.
Okay, I think you got to make the bears out of there with the teeth. That would be awesome.
But I am willing to change my opinion the moment somebody comes up with a better source than some Central Americans said so.
Here, we can sit here. Is this how you settle your marital disputes? You don't get to hit the pregnant woman, no matter how hard or mad she gets. 6 days left until the Robin invasion, says Olaf. Okay, let's sit down and then in my bag is a computer. If you want to bring that out, we'll use it as some sort of a holder today. It's here, if you can take it out and open it up. And then I can start looking at chat a little better. It's so hard to hold the camera. But I have this little version. I can turn it that way and then set it there. We can use that. There you go. So now Karl's got a new kind of beer. We picked up 4 versions of Eger beer in the store. Eger is from the brewery in Flom, which is just two tunnels away, or about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And they had it was kind of hard to find a variety that was with a low enough percent that we were allowed to sell it, and a Viking theme. We don't want any mangoes in a Viking beer. Karl's ready. There he is. Okay, so we've got one called, and it might be a little shaken. There was a new one though, and this one was called Aurlending. Aurlending, and Aurlending means well, actually, Karl, you get to read the backside, but Aurlending means somebody, a citizen or a person who lives in Aurland, which is the next valley.
Yeah.
But you can read what it said.
Aurland is also the name of the county. So strictly speaking, people living in Gudvangen are from
Yeah.
Aurland.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't self-identify as Aurlending because they're not from Aurland. They are from the
Oh,
county of
sorry.
Aurland.
Yeah. Okay. The county. Yeah.
It's like where I'm from. The whole county used to be called Selja, but Selja is also the biggest town.
Yeah.
Same thing here. So this is in Aurland County, but we are in the village of Gudvangen.
Okay. So you get to try it, yeah. And this is 4.7. Did you read you didn't read the back. By the way, the artwork on the front of that is the one of the few that don't have like this Viking theme to it. But that's because it's made by a local artist. It's actually an upside down heart and a right side up heart. I'll show you it a little bit better later. And 2 very happy. Karl said they might be constipated, but I think they just look drunk. People on the front. Just a moment, and then you can read it. There, you can see there's the upside down heart. Everything is mirrored. I'm sorry, I'll turn it around. I didn't think of that. Hang on. I'm using my clever computer thing here. There you can see the upside down heart and the right side up heart. And 2 people that look, it's a hippie beer, says Raymond. Well, what do you think? Constipated or just drunk? It looks like it's designed for kids.
I know
Or Karl.
there is juniper in this, so I'm already starting with several points against it.
Uh-oh.
So I don't think they're drunk, because I don't think you can get drunk on this, because you probably don't have the stomach to drink enough of it. But let's find out, shall
Let's
we?
see what you think. Yeah, and then you can read the backside. Sorry, I cut you off there. Part of the backside just tells about who made the picture. So we see what Torben thinks of this one too. Oops, I could just where's my... how to touch the phone without sticking my finger in front of the camera. There we go. Robin says, only on the west coast of Norway we measure travels distance in tunnels. This is true. 1 to 2 tunnels. Ireland is 3 tunnels away. Flom is 2 tunnels away, and Underdal is 1 tunnel away. Going this way down the valley. To go that way, then it's Voss or Stalheim is 2 tunnels away. And then there's no tunnels until after Voss.
Okay, the juniper taste isn't as annoying as I thought it was going to be.
Really? So this one has hope for you. You're kind of hard to please.
Not really, and there is still a juniper taste. So
The other ones we got for them were Rallar, Boile, and Vetla Bror. But I think you've had all 3 of those on YouTube before. So
I generally like Ager, but there is like nothing you can do if you decide to put juniper in beer. The beer is fucked.
yeah.
There is like no way around it.
But you think are you gonna make it? I didn't bring you any more beer than this. You have to go
I can drink it. I just won't
Look at the
be
color
happy.
though. Okay, so it is a yellowish glass, but I like the color. It's got like this. It looks like amber. Okay, you can have your beer back. Let's see if I can scroll the screen here without. Rallar is one of the best, says Torben. I might try that one. I love juniper, says Olaf. So okay, your unhappy response or review to this is a very happy review for Olaf.
Yeah, no, I just had the same discussion with Marie. Marie also loves junipers.
Yeah, she does.
And when I criticized the cherry bears, she said that's the best bear, so I should just stop talking. But I pointed out correctly that as soon as you start putting fruit and vegetables in it, it's no longer bear.
Fruit and vegetables. Let's see if I can find a way to move this up a little bit higher, so I don't have to stick my fingers in front of it just to... that didn't work. So much for... I am going to have to find that... Jarl, gott ser Heidi. Hello, Heidi! Oops, we're looking at Karl's forehead. There we go. It's alcoholic soup, says Robin. I need to find that one, says Albert. Okay, so it's not in our gift shop right now, but it will be. We got them just 2 days ago, but we are trying to get rid of the other beer before we put new beer in. This has to do with sell-by dates. We don't want to have expired beer in the shop. Raymond says fruit and vegetables in beer, definitely for the hippies. Now Max says, now that I'm complete the first cuff, I am currently making the same one. Oh, for you're making the mittens, I think, or the wrist warmers. I have to look back. Auerland used to have a great RPG club back when I was in high school, says Torben. So when dinosaurs roamed the earth, meanwhile I'm older than he is. But is that true, Karl?
No, that was before my time in Sogndal.
Okay.
Because Torben started in Sogndal at the same time I did, or maybe a little bit earlier.
So it really was when dinosaurs roamed the earth?
It would be the 90s. Mid to late 90s, I would guess.
Send me some of the old beer as well, says Albert. What does Karl think of Radlers?
A Radler is a mix of a beer and a wine, if I remember correctly.
I don't know, actually. That was a new one for me. I've heard of it before, but I can't remember.
No, it's beer and mead.
Ah!
Don't. Just don't. Mead is okay. Beer is good. Mix them and you kind of get the worst of both worlds. It's like... I like steak and I like marzipan cakes. I don't mix them.
I was hoping I had something to hold the phone a bit more stable, but that's okay. We'll do that in a minute. Okay, let's see. I got to catch way up on chat. So if you go all the way up to the bottom, James was working on some cross knit looping and a billum knit and billum braiding. Albrecht is here, by the way, and Garcia is here. They're having beautiful weather also in Holland and Norway, of course. Audra is here. She's also got a real summer day where she is up in the north. She's even wearing a summer dress, but tomorrow it's autumn again. See, I'm now regretting my hoodie choice today. I have mostly office work, so it was not a Viking.
You might need it in like half an hour.
Lindsay made it. PJ made it. Yeah, it looks like the rain is it going towards us, the wind?
No, I'm not worried about the rain, but the sun is no longer shining on us, so it will get cool. It will cool down pretty quickly.
Let's see. Yeah, that was something I was going to get at too. Okay, there we go, turned it. So the sun should be down over there. I don't know, I can't see it. The reflection's too strong. Oh no, it's over there now, where the sun goes down.
Me being mildly perverted.
Yeah.
Or has Fjallar built a stone vagina?
Okay. Let's see, we're gonna have to support the camera for this. There we go. Because when I zoom in, well, it's not a stone vagina. Because, sorry, I have to hold this a little bit more crooked. There we go, holding it still now. Because it's made of wood. Uh-oh, Torben went gadget shopping. Do we want to know? So it's a wooden vagina. What do you think? It's going to be kind of... One thing I don't think they thought of, if you're shooting in there, because it's basically to stand at the edge in the front part and shoot arrows in there. This is a way to keep the arrows from going over the fence and into the playground behind it. Or the tourists taking selfies on the fjord here. A wooden vulva, says Peruta. Don't make me laugh. I jiggles the camera even more. But look at that. You have the guardian over there to protect the vulva. The one that we're supposed to beat the shit out of.
When that one gets beaten up regularly, every kid that walks past it beats it up.
First you have to beat the king at cube. No, wait. You have to, if I can turn this without making everybody sick because it's so zoomed. First you have to put the giant Q-tip into the troll's ear. Then you have to, let's see if I can get this down again. Then you have to throw an axe, which is like making a vote according to some old Kirk Douglas video. And then you have to, we're all gonna get sick here, beat the king in cube. And then beat the warrior goddess. And then you get to the wooden vagina. That is like the goal. Outer followed me on this one. No, it's going to be quite cool. That should probably be done before Outer gets here too. But the idea anyway is that they have to shoot the arrow into they stand at the entrance and shoot into it. So you can't possibly, the 100 and last vulva guard company. Don't make me laugh. Okay, I got to unzoom now. It's shaky as hell. There, now it'll be a little less shaky for you. So there's the whole course. It starts with the troll here, on to axe throwing. The last option to leave, I suppose. Then the cube game, then the troll and the wooden vulva. Welcome to Valhalla. Let's see, I think I have to have that. That box wasn't doing anything for weight-wise. And turn the camera, so we're back into mirror mode here, and spider fingers. Let's see, no, there's got to be a better way to do like that. Also known as the father-in-law. As Torben says, the 100 and last vulva guard company, also known as the father-in-law. You can tell that Torben has become a father to a girl in the last, was she 2 years now? Yeah, she had a birthday recently. Which, by the way, happy birthday over there. Let's see who else was here. I have to go way to the top. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Well, it wasn't that bad. You've been slamming it. Is it getting better?
No, but if it was actually so good, I would drink it slower because then I want to taste it.
Yeah.
No, as soon as I put it to my lips, I just want to empty the glass.
I was talking to Evan.
Beer is supposed to make you happy.
Yeah?
This makes me angry.
Uh-huh. No, it's Evan over at Floman. I didn't realize when I called him, but he's like, excuse me if I were asking, but where you come from? Nice. And I told him United States, and he says, yeah, no, I think we've met before. And oh, yeah, you're the American over in Floam. Yeah, you're the American over in Gudvangen. We kind of stick out. I don't know why. But he's originally from New York. And I'm from Minnesota. So there's PJ is here, by the way. They are supposed to have a huge thunderstorm, strong winds, and torrential rains. The craft fair is in town. Was completely canceled. Oh, now I see why they were all upset. I would be too. And the storm completely missed us. So you cancel the craft fair because there's a threat and it doesn't even show up. I mean, talk about disappointment. Dallas weather says Lindsay, 89 Fahrenheit, maybe a storm today. Yeah, they're getting kind of like us too. You guys are in tornado season too, by the way. I've seen, I don't know, Facebook suddenly decides I need to see every tornado video that's out there, and they're really impressive.
Yeah, but this is your own fault because you have been Googling compilations of natural accidents and giggling like a little schoolgirl.
I haven't. I only saw one tornado in my life, and it wasn't actually, well, it wasn't a tornado yet, but it was funnel clouds. There was 3 funnel clouds that were going over the Superior Harbor, which was kind of weird. But it wasn't in Duluth, of course. They touched down, but they touched down in, one of them touches down in Superior for a brief moment, or just south of Superior, Wisconsin. But yeah, nope, that was the closest I've ever seen to a tornado. We were all in the basement, sitting along the walls and tucking our heads underneath, or between our legs, I think is how you do it. Let's see. That's the closest I've ever seen to one. They'll get a tornado in the south of Minnesota, but not in the north. That's pretty rare. You can't use rabbit bones even if you wanted to. Rabbit bones are hollow like bird bones. Oh, I didn't know that. That was Audra that said. We were talking about the bones. No, I was morally just trying to see if Raymond would... Yeah, I was getting a rise out of Raymond. It worked. Aim for the deer nuts. Too bad I didn't see that one when I was up there. Let's see. And the beer for the hippies. Let's see. Auerland used to have, yeah, we said that one. They used to have the Great RPG Group. I see a Viking Valley.
Hi.
Sporting a new tunic and some garbage. I love it. Yeah. Viking Valley's been fighting today. Okay, now, yeah, and then, Kettle Black. Says Torben. Robin Woodman is here. Hello. She's in California. Oh, yeah, and Torben went gadget shopping. So you got a wooden vulva, according to Peruta? No, what did you get? I just saw gadget shopping and wooden vulvas. So, but what did you get, Torben? Karl's expression, says Audra, says that the beer is not one of his favorites. Hang in there, Karl. Not much time left to wait. Audra's coming soon. She's bringing some Lithuanian beer.
I'm glad I'm not in the shop much anymore, because if somebody wants me to recommend beer, I would be hard pressed to say anything good about this.
No, we just wanted 4 kinds, but it was hard to find 4 kinds of beer from Auerland with a Viking theme that was 4.7 or under.
Clearly people like
because
Albert,
most of their beer is way higher.
People like Albert and Marie would drink this.
Yeah.
That's because they're inferior human beings.
I see that. No, you didn't read the back though. The person, you don't have to read about the artist, but read the back in your best Auerland dialect.
I don't speak the local dialect.
No, but pretend you did.
Aurlandingen, et hedersbridge for Bygdavår. for generasjoner med bryggeteknikk og for den jevne aurlending, enten du innflyttet, tilflyttet, vekkreist eller heimatkommen. Boksen i seg selv et lite kunstverk, målet av vår kjære billedkunstner Åse Bjørnestad Dale. Brygget litt søtlig med toner av einelåg brygget med kveik.
Okay.
100% aurlending både på utsida og innsida.
It is. It's 100% Aurland, both are an Outlander both on the outside and the inside. But read the rest. What does the rest roughly translated?
You want me to translate it?
Yeah, the top part says whether it's for those from Ireland, whether you've come here, come home, you left.
Aurlanding, a glorious brew for our village. For generations of brewing technique, for the average person from our village, either you are born here, moved away from here, or came back to here. The box in itself is a little piece of art, painted by our beloved artist, Åse Bjørnestad Dale. The brew is a little bit sweet with a taste of brambles and brewed by kveik.
Yeah. Okay.
100% Aurland, both on the inside and the outside.
Oh, that's beautiful. Give a round of applause, everyone. That was wonderful. And it's 4.7 alcohol, 440 milliliters. For the ones that were... Can you drink that one when you're pregnant? I don't see the pregnant... Where's the pregnant lady logo?
If you really genuinely hate your baby, then fine.
The Juniper baby. No, you can't. Usually there's little symbols on there. Oh, yeah, it is. There's the pregnant lady symbol. Yep.
You have to recycle the pregnant lady in a normal garbage bag, and you have to vote for the party called Venstre, and then you'll get 2 kroner.
Okay, I see. Oh, so there you go.
No, the V stands for vegan, of course.
Oh, because
I can eat brambles.
Yeah, so not your top 10.
Any beer that isn't vegan.
And I believe Albert says it correct when he says, "Oi!" And then Raymond says, "Throwing shade in all directions today, Karl." He's a horrible person. Torben says, "Stop destroying the Sogning dialect, Karl." Dialect.
Torben speaks very close to their actual dialect.
With the pows and the bows and the...
It's not exactly identical, but it's close enough for me not to be able to tell the difference.
Yeah. So do you want to say, for example, why you are wearing my kid's woven shawl today?
Because I forgot my cape.
Yeah. Say it again.
Because I forgot my cape.
Yeah. And then you found out we did the fire test on it today, you addict, so now you have to repair it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super flammable for some reason.
No, it's not super flammable. Okay, turn it. You got to tilt it so it's forward. There's a pin I want to show. These are the ones, we only get a few of them at a time in the shop because they're expensive, but no, other way around. Oh, you're taking it off. Strip for us, Karl. Take it all off. I had to repair Karl too, by the way, and I did do it. His sleeves were fraying, so I had to take the end off.
Is this scan glass or?
This is scan glass, yeah. These are really cool. So this one's iron. We have to put this one back in the shop today when we're done.
No,
Karl was sampling it to see how it goes. But it's quite cool. This is the wrought iron one. They're like 600, 700 kroner or something like that, but they're really cool. The other...
It's not wrought iron.
No, it's not wrought iron. What do you call it when you twist the iron? Oops, How much do they cost, just out of curiosity? These ones, well, yeah, they might be cheaper in a different country, but scan glass is from Sweden. Oops, let me see if I can put this down somehow.
Pliers and theoretically I can do this, but it won't look that good because I haven't managed to get it that even.
No, it's really nice and even. But yeah, then by the way, if you don't know how to put these on, you stab through, flip it that way, and then turn. That's how you wear those. People ask all the time. It's called a fibula or a penannular amulet. So you can turn it this way. It is wrought iron, you moron. I was right. Karin throwing shade at Karl today. Anyway, I thought that was quite cool.
That's not stipel.
Uh-huh. And look what he did to it. He ashed. This is why you have to flick the cigarette more often. And he's like, it's very flammable. No, it's not. If this was flammable, that would have been much, much bigger. And if it wasn't wool, it would have been almost like melted plastic around the edge. But now I have to put a little heart or something on my kid's shawl. Okay, he's showing off. And then I got to bring out the needle binding. I haven't done that yet. Woo! You got it through the troll's ear. See if I can zoom without making you guys puke. Fail. Don't worry, we were zoomed in for that one. 1 out of 4. Okay, I'm putting this back up. Don't lose that pendant. Yeah, we have them in the shop. I do think they're like 639 kroner. They're not cheap, but they're really quite cool. But because they're expensive, we only get a little time. I'm trying to see if I can find a nice way to mount my phone here so you can still see needle binding.
I have to say I like
Maybe on my computer.
our French guys' practice swords a hell of a lot better than ours.
Yeah? Let's see if I do it. Because this way Karl won't have to hold it, but... Okay, so we'll try. I also, in my bag, my way off camera here, or there maybe. In the bag with the headphone, with the microphones and the gimbal is also the yarn the project I was working on last week. So, we'll try York F2 again. That's the stitch of the month. I don't know how you guys have tried it, but we've done it before. It's just been a year. Let's see. To see where I put my needle. Oh yeah, the antler that I bought for my kid. The not so Viking, but for the octopus lover. This is the one I bought my kid. It's polished smooth on the other side. That's the one she picked out. She wanted this one because it's got the rosette on the top, so you can clearly see it's an antler. Anyway, and the octopus legs. I don't think she's going to be wearing this around her neck, but she'll probably hang it up or something. She's got her bedroom is basically decorated like an aquarium, so that will be kind of fun. See, projects. Okay, so once upon a time when I was first learning how to spin, I wasn't that thin with the wool. It was like thick and thin. And this is some of the first spinning I did. So you can, but I wanted to see, technically I would think this was too thick to embroider with, but what if I just tried to make a massive sheep? My sheep embroidery, if you know, I take the wool from the sheep, process it, and spin it, and then embroider a sheep out of it, and try to use something a little bit like a cave find. This is how the big one's looking at, so you can kind of see there where the lines are going to go. So that's a massive sheep, but it seems to be working, except it does pull my stitches kind of tight, or my stitches kind of tend to pull the fabric a bit, so this is not going to be the same size fabric when I'm done with it, so I'll probably have to sew some pieces along the side to make it bigger and fit in a frame. But there you go, sheep. Karl thought it had a big head, but if you see where the legs would be, it's a little bit more. Well, Karl has a big head too, you know. Anyway, I was happy to see that it worked because that's some wool that I had for a long time. So long that I actually had to wash it again because it was hanging in the outside the village for a couple of years. The yarn anyway, the finished spun. So I had to rewash the yarn before using it. And then we get a needle. And see if I can do this. If I turn how I sit a bit. Okay, so the stitch of the month is York F2, and the color is purple. F2 is referring to the connection. I don't think I should use a long piece. I'm also going to do a round start. I regretted not doing a round start last time, so I ended up ripping it up and doing a round start because York is a very, very twisty stitch. So if you do it in the round, it might correct a little bit of it because the twist goes against itself. Okay, hopefully I don't knock the computer. That might, if you see my standing here, this is my mount today. Hopefully I can do this with my arms wrapped around the computer and without knocking either the phone or the computer on the ground. We shall see. So then you have to start with a slip knot to do a round start. It's hard to see in there. The reflection on the glass isn't much. There's a round start. So basically when I pull the short end, it makes the knot go smaller. It's gonna be a riot. says Torben. Okay, then there we go. So now I need 2 loops for York around my, so we do 1 there in the ring. Sorry, you go in the ring and then you make your loop. Let's see, that kind of worked. That's 1 loop and I need 2, so I'll go in the ring first and then under everything. So to do in a ring, when you do your slip knot there, basically it's like you're connecting to the previous row, but there is no previous row, so you have to just go through into the ring, and that's how you instead. Oops, I just pulled out my slip knot. All right, fine, screw it. I have to do this one off camera for a second. I made my start too small. All right. Yeah, so the reason we had people in the village, we had a group that had issues getting here on time due to road work or something, I don't know. So they came in with like 8 minutes to go, their prepaid tickets. So obviously we let them in, but it's like we close at 6. But we decided to be nice and let them roam around for an extra half hour. And they were, well, a little bit over half an hour, so that's why they were still here when we left. Okay, let's try this again. Slip knot into the ring and then make your stitch. Robert's here. He says, bit late, sorry, we were doing a Viking show at Dumbarton Castle. Sorry, I'm having a hard time reading my phone. Roger said, I was mending the toe box area of my hiking wool sock with needle and thread, and I thought of your Nalbinding episodes. Aww. See, did you use knots now? Okay, and then it won't come undone again. Okay, into the ring and 1 more loop. Okay, so York F2, you have your old loop and your new loop. You can either keep them both on your thumb or you can take the old one off. It's up to you. Because we're doing it in the round, you go into the ring and then you do your stitch, which is taking the second loop from behind and then going under your thumb loop and under your working yarn. You could needle tension if you want to by pulling this right before you tighten. Oops, sorry, by pulling this one right before you tighten. Let's see. Okay, now I have new loop, old loop, and this one is now forgotten. So another way is to leave both on the thumb, go into the ring or your previous row, and then just go under both of them like that. So it makes it a bit faster. I think I'm innuendoing here like mad somehow. Have you heard any innuendos now, Karl, from me? Taking it from behind? No? Are you ignoring me?
I'm so used to it. It barely registers anymore.
Nikki had a question for you. I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I think I left the piece of paper on my desk, so it's going to take me a second to remember what it was. Oh, yeah. Did Vikings do dip dyeing?
Sounds like more your area.
It does. Yeah, dip dyeing would, basically dipping the fabric into the dye to color just parts of it, not all of it at once. And I don't know that we have any evidence of that, but I mean, what if somebody stood over a pot with some fabric that got dye in it, or the pot with dye in it, and they just accidentally dipped it in a little bit? Maybe they liked the look, and then they became a bunch of tie-dye Vikings. I'm not really sure if they did that or not. Nella might know. I saw she was online. Do you know if they did any dip dyeing or drip dyeing? I think it was dip dyeing she wrote, though. Because I wouldn't really know. I mean, I'd say it's possible. It's kind of like we don't have evidence, as far as I know of, that they did any felting of wool, but it doesn't take rocket surgery to figure out what happens if you leave it out in the rain.
Yeah, but for something like that, you need positive evidence.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Something like batik, for instance, is super easy to do.
Batik, yeah, that's a little different, yeah.
Not every culture does it.
Not everyone's thought of it, no, you're right.
It's also a fashion thing.
Batiking, that would be if you have your fabric, laying out in the sun, and you put some like leaves and things on it, and you let the sun basically dye the fabric. That's one way of doing it. The sun will bleach the fabric a bit, but it'll leave the print of the leaf behind.
And and I'm confusing.
I'm thinking of
something
batiks.
else, because the thing
What are you thinking of?
about is that you make knots in your clothes before you put them into the dye.
Oh, that's tie-dye.
The girl who used to do it, that I knew, called it batik, but she was not a Viking or a textile person.
No, yeah, she might be misunderstanding that, because the batik, Hawaii has beautiful, beautiful batik fabrics. If you're a quilter, that would be a place to go. That was one of the coolest things I saw when we were there. But
even if something is easy to do, doesn't mean that people did it.
No,
It has
it's
to do
not.
with culture and fashion.
Exactly. So I don't know if we had any hippie Vikings walking around in tie-dye t-shirts or tie-dye tunics, but just to dip it in the fabric and out again, I'm kind of curious. Oh, Nella came with a comment. Tie-dye is a subcategory of batik, so okay, we're both right. She said most natural dyes require heating it up, so you would have to hold it there for an extensive times. That's actually a really good point. I didn't think about that. I think it's blowing in the microphone. Hopefully it's not too bad, but I'm missing the microphones now because it has those little covers on it. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing here. But I think I've done... Now, normally if I'm going to go in a ring with Oslo, for example, Oslo stitch in a ring, I would probably have to start with at least 10, maybe even 14 stitches to get it to lay flat. But with York, I'm going to need a lot more because it's naturally going to want to cone. Okay, the wind is blowing like right into the microphone and blowing my stuff away. So for this one, I would actually start with quite a bit more. Enough to make it go flat. You can always take the thumb off and pull your loop tight to see if it's laying flat. And you can see I've got to do a little bit more. And I'm at, well, I started with 2 stitches, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have about 12 loops on there now, and I'd probably go easily 16. So we'll loosen it back up and try. Let's see, this goes, okay, when the yarn is on top, that's the front. And that was my first loop, and this is my second loop. So we'll do some more here. Thank you, Nala. By the way, my brain's not working. But then again, how did they figure out that you need urine, that you could use fermented old urine to mold into your yarn? Karl, what do you think? Your best guess. Who did somebody accidentally pee in the pot? Some pissed off American came over there in the Viking Age and said, "Hey, discover my country or I'm going to pee in your pot." Or was there something else?
Much of human progress, I think, is down to having a good availability of resource-strong, crazy people. So if you have a crazy person that has enough food and resources that they will survive the winter anyway, they will get bored and they will start doing stupid shit. And some of this stupid shit will actually work. But I think a lot of stupid shit didn't.
All right, I have no idea how many stitches this are. I'm just going to use the force. But I would say that looks pretty good. And the amount you're going to have to increase as you go around. It just keeps changing. Just keep putting it flat. It will want to bounce up because that's the twist of York, trying to push this up. But as long as you can press it, lay it flat. If you want a flat round ring anyway, as long as you can lay it flat, then it'll work. But if you're worried about the shape anyway, it going like a cone, it's going to want to do this anyway. Maybe you can steam block it when it's done. But that is York on the right side. York on the wrong side at this stage pretty much looks the same. Okay, I'm going to keep needle binding on this and around. And I'll look at Karl for a minute. And then read the chat because I haven't seen it in a while. You and your guilty little hole over there. Bad, Karl. You're gonna owe my kids something for that. Okay, we actually it's actually a Vietnamese woven shawl. My kids picked it up at an apple festival. Not for kids. This is brutal. Bad, Karl. Okay, so we're gonna get, okay, question for Karl, says Roger. During the Viking, I'm gonna try to cover the microphone, it's like air, no, so it doesn't blow into it. During the Viking Age, in the same Scandinavian geographic area, was everyone a Viking, or were there aristocrats and fancy city slickers that considered Vikings to be outcasts?
It depends on the definition of the word. If you go
You
with
still
the
beer.
cultural definition, then yeah, by definition, everybody in this area was a Viking. But if you go with the definition of a Viking as a rider or a pirate, then whether that's popular or not is pretty much up to the king. And the kings generally don't like it at all. Because if you are the king of Norway and you want to be taken seriously as a European monarch, it's kind of hard to have good diplomatic relations with England, for instance, when the primary industry in your country is riding English monasteries. So the kings, even the ones that started out as Vikings themselves, like Olav Tryggvason, don't like Vikings, and they try to get people to stop doing this. They want a lot of armed people and ships because they occasionally want to go to war. But I don't want these armed people and ships to go and bother other people when they are not needed. So one of the techniques they used was to tax extra ships. If you have a ship that the king doesn't think you need, he will tax the bejesus out of it. So it's basically kind of a double-edged sword, because he is taxing you so hard that you kind of have to go and ride the monastery just to pay the tax. Or you have to get rid of the ship. He wants you to get rid of the ship, but maybe you want to ride the monastery. It's up to you. If you're thinking of the cultural definition, then the kings are the ones that are very successful within this culture. So some of them, like Olav Tryggvason, Saint Olav also for that matter, are both straight up Vikings. These are people who made their fortune basically riding foreign countries. And they managed to acquire enough money and loyalty from soldiers by doing this that they can basically usurp the king of Norway. Obviously, when you read the sagas, you'll see that, oh no, he was a descendant of Harald the Finehaired through this, that, and the other way. But Harald the Finehaired had so many descendants that it's very hard to prove or disprove. And I kind of believe both Olav Tryggvason and Olav Haraldsson to be actual descendants of Harald the Finehaired, but they are not even close to being the only ones. But they are the ones that have men, ships, and money. So they became king of Norway. You don't really have a separate type of nobility where people are kind of, oh no, I'm too good to fight. Because the kings and their loyal subordinates, they are like super fighters. Vikings don't accept the idea of somebody leading from the back. You can't build a pavilion and then just stand there with flags and go, yep, need more men on the left flank, please. That won't work with Vikings. There is one medieval king of Norway, Sverre, who does something like this. And everybody goes, yeah, he's very smart, but he's a coward. At the Battle of Fimreite, not too far from here, he led a sea battle from land. And this also gives an idea of how expensive and rare silk was back in the time, because it's specifically mentioned in the saga that when he was leading this battle, he was wearing a red silk shirt. So he was very obvious to all of his men. And instead of leading from the front, as a normal Viking would do, he is standing on land in his red shirt and pointing. Because there he has good overview of where the enemy is weak. If he was leading from the front, he would see the two guys he is fighting, he wouldn't see much more than that. But that's basically how everybody else did it. So, I shouldn't do, it is pretty easy to find out, but I can go through the sagas and find out how many Viking kings actually died in battle.
That would be quite cool, yeah,
But
that'd be interesting to see.
I believe it is everyone except Harald the Finehaired.
Really? That leads me to another question, but I'm going to catch up a little bit on chat. Nella had another point, by the way, which I didn't think of. Prudo put the description of Batik, by the way. Batik is, first definition, is an art and method originally used in Java of producing colored designs on textiles by dyeing them, having first applied wax to the parts to be left undyed, which, and then Nella brings up the wax batik as well. I forgot about that one, but yeah, wax batik, says Nella, is still very common in South Asia, but the tie-dye is more common in the US or EU. Oh, let's watch. We're watching you! Don't get your hair stuck! I'm sorry, I'm whoring you for YouTube. The hard thing, though, is the chainmail will get stuck in his hair and beard on the way out, on the way upside down. But that's what Karl was saying. Okay, Karl, would you like to describe what this man is doing?
Yeah, his chainmail is pretty tight. So.
Woohoo! He gave birth to a Viking. No, Karl says you have to like basically bend over and wiggle. How much hair did you lose?
What?
How much hair did you lose?
About half of it.
About half of it? Thank you. Take a bow. He's all tired out now. Sorry, Karl, you were saying.
Now the procedure is that you grab it like this.
Yeah.
Then you make a little jump and pull it up. Then you bend forward and wiggle your butt.
And wiggle your butt, yeah.
If it is loose fitting, then it just slides right off. If it isn't loose fitting, you still have to kind of pull like this while you're wiggling your butt.
Yeah. By the way, I was looking at ideas. I really like the... Okay, so I repaired Karl's tunic by putting one of these on, basically taking off the cuff and then that was spraying and put a new hem on it. But I like the way the brown looks. So now, Karl, take your hand away from your chest. He has a Viborg shirt. If he lifts up his head and beard, you'll see that there's a square panel in the front. This is a Viborg tunic. I was thinking that since the brown looks so cool, maybe I should do some applique with the brown on it. Maybe we could put something right on the square panel. He's also got one on the back. But then what would we put there? So I don't know. So I'll leave that one up to suggestions for people to think of, and maybe I'll do that in 2029 or something like that. But or the next time you put a hole. It's actually my tunic, but it's been a long time since I've been able to fit in that.
Generally speaking, I wear this in the summer.
A bullseye?
In the winter.
I'm sorry. I like the bullseye.
It's not turban.
Nope, that was Olaf. Okay, anyway, so yeah, the wax batik, I kind of forgot about that one too, though, but yeah. But I like also that she says the reason it's more common in EU and US, partially that the wax blocks the sewer. Then we had Roger's question. PJ says maybe someone made a leather pot to use at night and noticed that the leather became softer with the urine. I like that. That's actually kind of a nice thought, like the chamber pot made out of leather instead, and then just found out that no, you're not buying it. I liked it though.
No, everything is possible.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good suggestion.
For almost every good idea, there has to be some crazy person who's just willing to try all sorts of shit.
I'm still thinking the neighbor got pissed off and peed in the pot when he wasn't looking and made a more expensive color instead of ruining it. Okay, let's see. Robert says we call that male shirt shugel. Laugh out loud at the jiggling. Pruda says it needs embroidery of ratatosker. Ratatosk is a squirrel, by the way. Okay, so the question I had for you, because we were looking at the teeth on the bear, the dolls, by the way, and I was asking you how could somebody kill someone after death, because it reminded me of the... Okay, so keep those dolls in mind, and Karl has to tell you the story here.
This is back in the days of Harald the Fineheart, first king of Norway. When he unifies Norway, there is a lot of people who are not happy with this. These are people who are either kind of ruled by might right principles, or they lived in this area and were very fond of the idea of everything is solved by the thing, like a parliament, republic system. Most of the people from this area that emigrated to Iceland and basically created their own little Viking republic. But a lot of the more violent guys emigrated to the Orkneys and kind of started a Viking colony on the Orkneys. That from the Orkneys, they ride the coast of Norway, the coast of Scotland, the coast of England, and basically everywhere. And this annoys Harald the Finehead so much that he goes to one of his old friends, the Earl of Mare, and says, I made you an Earl, but I can also make one of your sons an Earl if he deals with the problem I'm having on the Orkneys. So he chooses his son Sigurd and gives him ships and men and says, okay, if you can pacify the Orkneys, you can have them, you can be the Earl of the Orkneys. And Sigurd is a brave fighter and is also a pretty good leader. So he goes to the Orkneys one summer and immediately just wipes out all the Vikings there. But now he has a problem because he's bored out of his skull. He is the Earl of the Orkneys. There is nothing to do here. So he decides to basically do exactly the same thing that original Vikings got in trouble for doing, basically riding. But he has enough common sense to not ride the coast of Norway. He goes for Scotland. And every summer he rides Scotland. And every summer he makes money and scares the Scottish. But there is one Scottish nobleman, a guy called Malbrigda, who's actually a pretty fair opponent to him. And it's like a standoff. Every summer he comes and attacks, every summer Malbrigda drives him back, and then he comes back next summer. And in the end he basically gets tired of this, so he gives Malbrigda a chance to basically settle it once and for all. I don't remember the exact numbers, but let's say 100. I don't think that's the number, I think it was a more odd number than that. But the deal I make is that each of them show up at a set place at a set time with 100 men, and then they fight it out, and whoever wins, wins. So it's basically settled. Sigurd is being sneaky here, so he puts 2 men on each horse. So when he comes to this battle, he has twice as many men as Malbrigda. So it's a pretty easy massacre. He just wipes out Malbrigda, kills him, and chops his head off, and hangs the head from the horn on his saddle. But now remember the little doll thingies you saw up there. This head, one thing Malbrigda was kind of famous for in his own time is that he had kind of like rabbit-like teeth in his his upper teeth were kind of rabbit-like. Might have been one of
Raymond's friends?
yeah.
Yep.
And,
or a new friend that he would have made.
when Sigurd the Mighty rides around, these rabbit-like teeth keeps rubbing against his leg. And one day they make a little cut that gets infected. And about a week later, Sigurd the Mighty is dead. So Sigurd killed Malbrigda, and Malbrigda killed Sigurd about a week or so later.
Yeah, so she's got to be careful with those bears that snuggling them at night. She could get a cut.
What kind of disturbing shit was that?
I loved it. I don't care. I like that. I want to be disturbed in that kind of way. No, but I've seen that before. I just never actually saw them off of like Pinterest or something. But
Was
yeah.
this somebody's milk teeth? Or?
Yeah, it was baby teeth. I thought that was such a cute thing. Because, you know, the tooth fairy keeps them, but then what do you do with them anyway? But I thought that was really quite cute.
The word cute means what you think it means.
It was awesome. I love it. I want one.
Cute is usually the thing that doesn't give you nightmares.
What are you going to do with all the damn teeth? You collect them for the tooth fairy. You put them in a jar, and your kids are like, I mean, okay, when your mother died and we started cleaning in the cupboards so there wasn't so much extra stuff around for your father to have to deal with, I found a cup with a whole crap ton of baby teeth in it. What do you do with it? We can't throw them away. Keep them in the jar up there. They're still up there in the cupboard, but now I'm going to make a creepy Karl doll, but it could be your sister. Maybe it's a Hannah and Kaya creepy doll we need to make. I don't know. It could be a mixture of all of you guys, but maybe, and your mother will be laughing her ass off. You know this.
Putting them in a cup is odd.
No, you gotta save them. You can't just throw them away. What are you gonna do with them? My hoarder ways is not agreeing with you. You gotta keep. You can't. I mean, what are you gonna do with them though? I don't know.
Everything has to have a purpose.
It's ivory.
Okay,
it needs a purpose. Recycle,
say
reduce,
that-
and reuse. Welcome to
say
this
that you
half of the
might-
millennium.
Let's say that you make a creepy doll out of them.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with the creepy doll? Except for creeping the fuck out of people.
Well, it worked. We show them on YouTube and just wait for the right idiot to come along.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna make one, and we're gonna call it Bua, and she's gonna come back and haunt the shit out of you and your sisters.
I think think she would come after you if anything.
Oh, she would totally love it. You know it. Face it. You're dating your mother. PJ says in ElfQuest, if I remember correctly, the elves discovered that urine softens leather because they had buried skins in a pit with herbs, and some human started peeing daily on that spot. Tooth necklace, says Nolvia. You could do a tooth necklace. That'd be nice and creepy. Although we do have people, I mean, some of the Vikings around here are walking around with teeth on their necklace. Could be horse teeth. Could be. Oh, and then she sent me a bunch of dental emojis. I'm loving it. We could make a little Karl doll.
Almost anything is better than those dolls.
Then we could name it after the Viking story guy. No? No? Okay. So we have a little bit of an issue next Saturday. How's your beer? Is it getting better? No. Robert says you should look up Grizzly Little... Okay, I'm assuming he means fuckers. Because there's some symbols in there. You should look up Grizzly Little Fuckers by an artist called David Mach. I want to look at that. Mach, or M-A-C-H. Go ahead, Google it. Carl's consulting the great. Grizzly Little Fuckers by an artist called David Mach. Or Mach. Have you ever read Hogfather by Terry Pratchett? Says PJ, there's power in those teeth. They need to be kept safe. See, PJ's on my side. The little dolls are so cool. I love them. I'm going to have to make some for my kid. Some ugly dolls. If you've ever seen the ugly dolls anyway, Google those if you haven't. They're really awesome. Those are my favorite. I had one, I called him Klaus. He guarded my purse. Anyway, but imagine Klaus with some teeth like that. That could kill people in their afterlife. Did you find it? Grizzly Little Fuckers?
I found David Mach's Facebook when I searched for it, so I'm assuming.
Yeah. So next Saturday, June 21st, is summer solstice, which means we are having a little party in here, basically staff and Freeman party for those who are here. And that will be right after YouTube, which means we're going to probably have to... so we can still do a YouTube at our normal time at 6:30, but we're going to have to kind of cut it in time for people to go and worship the sun with alcohol or whatever they want to do. But we'll still be here next Saturday at 6:30. It's just that we might have to actually watch the clock. Okay, so what did you find? It's like a monkey doing algebra.
Well, it's shit like this.
Oh, I love it. That's like, I could see Raymond doing it. Raymond, make a bunny like that. Look at those. Oh, you can't really see the teeth, but yeah, there you go. Nolvia says the trendy La Boo Boo dolls have creepy teeth. Okay, Google La Boo Boo, B-U-B-U dolls. See, Raymond's gonna do it. He's gonna make a bunny like that. Like the were bunny with milk teeth.
La Boo Boo?
La and then Boo Boo, B-U-B-U. It's probably pronounced Bubba or something like that, and I'm ruining it, but in my mind it's Boo Boo. Oops, your can. The wind is picked up a bit. So I guess we'll have to take out some of the other Ager beers next week. We'll have to do the Roller one, which everyone likes. I know you liked that one too, though. And then there's Boila, and the other one was Vetla Bror, which means little brother, basically, or sweet little brother. They have a lot of other ones that would have been fine for the Viking theme, but they're like 8% to 7.5%. They're way too high. Oh, I don't know. That could be fun. It's like a bunny too. You found a Raymond tooth doll. Raymond, there you go. You can call him Bubba. I think it's quite cool.
Facial expression and eyes are kind of creepy, but...
Yeah, I guess it would have to have really big front teeth, though. Bubba the tooth doll. No, I think these are awesome. Okay, so I didn't get to needle bind.
For some reason, as soon as I started writing it, the first suggestion it came up with was, why is La Boo Boo this expensive? So they're probably a little bit costly.
Okay, now rabbit hole, welcome to it. Tell us more.
They're not that expensive. I see them for sale at like 300 Norwegian kroner.
That's because you're a Norwegian, so 300 Norwegian kroner is not bad, but to an American it's $30 maybe? I don't know. $30 was a bit more in 1997 when I moved over here.
And then again, when it comes to a stuffed animal in Norway, it will cost that.
Yeah, that's true.
So there is no extra cost for it being...
No, they can cost more than that, actually. I remember buying them for my kids. Or not those for my kids, but stuffed animals. That's as far as my needle binding got. I'm so sorry. It was blowing too hard and I don't have a thing to hold the phone with. I'm disappointing myself, but
That's a sentence that is said often in porn.
He's so proud of himself over there. Drinking his amber elixir. Burning a hole. All right, so maybe we need to put a Labubu doll on your tunic. Something with big teeth.
Seems like something your kids would like.
Yeah, no, they would love it.
Labubu dolls.
They would absolutely flip and love it. I'm gonna have to do that. Although some of their baby teeth are like broken. That's kind of how they.
You don't need baby teeth to buy a Labubu doll for 300.
No, but I want to put. No, I don't want to buy a Labubu doll. I want to make an ugly
Maybe
doll.
I can replace
Look
this.
up the ugly dolls. Look up ugly dolls.
Maybe I can replace this by buying them like 6 Labubu dolls.
It has to be real teeth. What is Labubu? Okay, so Karl looked it up. Karl had a image of it on his phone. La and then bubu. They're two different words, basically. La being the article and bubu being the thing, the name. Bubu.
I don't think they're
Bubba.
particularly creepy.
No, show me the picture again. Max missed it. Show it again. It'll make Raymond very happy in a very sadistic sort of way.
It's a thing with phones that you can kind of like just Google shit, but
No. They're too busy watching you Google. It's more historically accurate. Not really. Okay. There you go, Max. It's a Labubu. Nalbind that. I never heard of these before, but Nolvia has enlightened us. So we will never sleep easy again.
they exist in many
Look up
variations.
ugly dolls. These were like a really big thing around 2000, between 2005, maybe around 2005, 2000. They does look creepy. But the ugly dolls were so ugly they were cool.
There's a particular category.
It's a
there is
category.
A lot of ugly dolls.
Uglydolls.com or something like that. I don't know. Company Ugly Dolls, maybe. Then you'll find. And you do an image search.
Is this what we're talking about?
That is an ugly doll, but that is not the ugly doll in question. And no, you may not make that and put kids' teeth on it. It does look cute and creepy at the same time, Max. I agree with you 100%. That's an ugly doll. Yeah. Now imagine.
Creepy at all.
No, they're ugly. They're cool. I love them. There's more of them. Like Google all of those ugly dolls toys.
The first hit was actually much more disturbing.
Yeah, but we don't want disturbing. We want cute. But the idea behind an ugly doll is anybody can make an ugly doll. You just basically make a shape of anything you want to. It can be. Oh, I like him. I love him. I need him in my life. He's so cool. That is not an ugly doll toy, but I love him. I love him. I want to keep him and name him Bob.
Okay, there is a lot of weird shit. This is the things that come up on the kind of the things that they're trying to sell me.
Oh God.
Okay, this seems like something that is right up your alley when it comes to creepy teeth and such.
Heidi Lisa likes it. Oh, she got a little panic in her face. Oops, I might have hit a button there and tabbed out for a second there. La Boo is pure nightmare fuel, says Max. PG says he's not really a child. He's a creature called Grinnet, which, when it is born, can take on the shape of something in its vicinity. Oh, okay. That's the same kind of doll she had.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if you just glue your kid's teeth in there or what, but that's the exact same kind of doll. She had eyeballs and everything. I'm loving it. I'm telling you, are they like sourcing real teeth from kids for this, or do you have to like some assembly required? Because I'd be a little concerned if she bought it with the teeth attached. I mean, it's ivory, so it's got some value, I suppose.
Fugler, ugly.
Not the
Fugler, funny, ugly monster, beige monster.
No, that's not the ugly doll. So what you did with the pink one was
Sounds
correct.
very Chinese. To name something like that, you have to be Chinese.
So we're picking on the Chinese today, are we?
I can pick on a Chinese every day.
Yeah. How were your groups today, by the way, before we go?
What now?
Your groups today, did you have any fun tours?
I had it's rare. I have been doing this
She
for
could.
so long now that it's rare that I get a completely unique question.
Did you get a completely unique question?
Yeah. I did.
What'd you get?
It's actually not a bad question.
Yeah?
It's just that I've never heard this one before.
Oh, perfect.
And I asked, what's the evidence? And I asked, okay, what's the evidence for what? Well, any of this. Evidence for Vikings. And I go, well, you see, we have. And then I start, you have the sagas, you have archaeology, you have outside sources, you have inside sources, you have numismatics, you have rune stones, you have... But I don't know what you're looking for here. What kind of evidence? And he goes, bodies, skeletons. Like, there are several, but you should probably ask at the museum in Oslo or Bergen, because they have them. They might not have them on display, but they do have them. So if you need to see a dead Viking to believe in the Viking Age.
I had a needle binding group textile tour, so this is one of the few times that Karin tours in the village. Oh no, don't go. I have to definitely tell you about this one, Karl. I know, but I wanted your reaction. So one of the things I tell them to when I got to the boat was to tell them that the Vikings were great travelers. They traveled all over, south as far as Constantinople, for example. They did the Silk Road. They way up north over to Iceland and even over to Newfoundland. And according to the source here being Larson's Comics or The Far Side, they've even made it to the moon. It's true, I've seen sources. You don't believe me? I just beat Georg, he said.
Georg had the most outlandish claim about
See you,
Viking
Garcia.
travels before this.
He did? Which was what?
Discovering Australia.
Okay, according to Georg, the Vikings discovered Australia. At least my source was Larson Comics, okay? Or the far Side. It's called Larson's Comics in Norway, but...
Yeah, you beat him by having a source.
Thank you. All right, so Karl, you look like you're, it looks like some people got to go, and you clearly checked out for today. So, you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Then we see you on, hopefully with a gimbal. Look at this hair. You're missing all this. We'll see you on Saturday. It'll be solstice day, summer solstice. So it'll be the longest day of the year. But it was kind of interesting to see now, actually, in the summer. Now that we're in the midsummer, the sun gets up over there. And then it goes all along the mountains in a huge elliptic. And it now sets over there. So we're almost like at 180 degrees here. But in the winter, it'll go down lower and lower and lower, and then eventually it just doesn't, there's a mountain behind there, but you can't see it anymore. But it won't come up at all, but it eventually just, so it's kind of nice to see. Okay. They're all saying bye. Okay. See you next week, yeah. Bye.